Today we go over an update for Star Wars Episode 9, the final film of the sequel trilogy. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, these past couple of weeks, we have been learning a whole lot more about this movie in this trilogy that will be directed by J.J. Abrams in just under 2 weeks from today. We're getting closer to that principal photography stage, which is getting really exciting. Now, the first confirmed location, as we went over a couple of days ago, is over in Cardington, where that's the same exact location that was used for Yavin 4 in Star Wars Rogue One and A New Hope. However, today I want to go over Star Wars Episode 9, and what's really exciting is that there is going to be a big cameo in this movie that's not Lando Calrissian. And this is raising a lot of people's, interest here as to who this very well could be in Episode 9. Now, one thing is for certain, a big cameo will appear in Episode 9 that is not Lando Calrissian portrayed by Billy D. Williams. Yes, he's in the movie, but this big cameo has nothing to do with Lando Calrissian. Now, this is raising a ton of questions if this actually connects to some of those concept art descriptions that we have been going over, and also some connections to the big plot leak that we went over about 2 months ago that everybody was talking about. We've heard about Yoda's possible return, and quite possibly even an Anakin Skywalker Force Ghost. Some of the concept art descriptions, explained about that ghost actually being implemented from the Force Awakens concept into Episode 9. Now, we do know that J.J. Abrams wants to implement as much prequel trilogy continuity in this movie as possible. So, if it were my guess, it would be a character that's from the prequel trilogy era. Either it could be Anakin Skywalker, or maybe even Obi-Wan Kenobi. But the problem with Obi-Wan Kenobi is I think that they would have to recreate a CGI version of Alec Guinness, which I personally think that they could easily do. They did it with Tarkin in Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. This is really making me question exactly who could this be? This big cameo that's not going to be Lando Calrissian in Episode 9. Could they be referring to Luke Skywalker? Could it also be referring to Anakin, Obi-Wan, or maybe even Yoda? We heard about Yoda about a month ago reappearing in Episode 9, and even some of those concept art descriptions went over Yoda in front of a girl with a staff-like object, which is led to believe to be Rey. Now, looking at Episode 9, the thing that I have a lot of hopes for with this movie, I think so, is that JJ is the man who started the sequel trilogy, and he will be ending it on, hopefully, a good note. It's a very big task, it's a very important task. Do I still have my doubts with Episode 9? Am I kind of ready for, to have disappointments with this film? For sure. After The Last Jedi, with all the disappointments that I had with that movie, more so than what I enjoyed in the movie, I would say that I'm going in Episode 9 with a free mind. I'm going to not have a lot of expectations about what I'm going to see on screen or what may or may not appear. But one thing I can say is that I really do hope that JJ knocks it out of the park, and that the ending of this movie is going to be a very satisfying ending to Star Wars fans around the world, at least in the majority. So I think that, the fact that JJ and Chris, they're trying to really incorporate the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy implemented into this one big film. This is going to be a very special movie that's really going to close all of these trilogy movies for the Star Wars universe, especially the Skywalker saga. Now, if Luke Skywalker appears as a Force Ghost or a Vision, we kept on hearing little hints here and there about this. Recently, Mark Hamill just shaved off his beard. It's leading a lot of people to believe that maybe he's involved in a flashback scene in Episode 9. After all, it's a very interesting point. Mark Hamill hasn't shaved off his beard in years. Years, guys. And just decided to shave it off 12 days before filming for Episode 9. Just seems a little suspicious now, doesn't it? But looking, to the future of everything, it's really interesting to know that JJ is, really pouring his heart and soul into this movie, and I'm really just hoping that he does a good job. Again, did I disagree with a lot of things with JJ in The Force Awakens? Absolutely. I feel like there were a lot of beat for beats in A New Hope, but you gotta understand that, Disney and Lucasfilm, in their mind, they were trying to play it safe, which I honestly wish that they hadn't played it safe in The Force Awakens. We could have gotten a complete original movie that would have been very distant from what we have in the original trilogy. It could have been something completely different for sure. But anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Yeah.